Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths. More specifically, welcome back to the complete ship retrofit, because we gotta retrofit this complete ship. It's been rendered back to an incomplete state because we gotta fix a lot of the terrible things we did. So, last time it basically made the hull armor a lot better, it's a lot more thicker, it's just... the materials are arranged in a way that is more smart. I forgot to get rid of these steam engines. Excuse me, let me just quickly, just do this, because, oops. There we go. You saw nothing, except you saw everything. Alright, so today what I want to do, we're gonna work from the front to the back. We gotta make a new APS turret here, because the last one, it wasn't very good, let's be honest. It was not great, and I think... I'm gonna see if I can't make a necklace turret. Simply because I'm quite fond of necklace turrets, just because it means you can have a bigger gun in a shorter hull. It's not always the best idea, but in this particular case, I want to see if we can make it work. So first things first, let's just save this like so, because I have figured out a way to calculate whether this will be a good idea or not. So let's do this, let's just get raw into it, see what kind of space we're working with. Whoopsie daisy. Something like this. Should really be using the other thing, whatever it is. You can tell this is a very improvised thing I'm doing right here, because can we move that wall forward? No, we can't. We cannot, and we should not. Okay. Alrighty, so this is what we're dealing with here. I must now resist the temptation to save, because if this goes pear-shaped, I do need to revert straight back to the other thing. So that is what we have to work with. It's quite an awkward little thing here. Whoops, wrong color! Right, I have been told by people who've done the math that, like, you can just, like, use as many 4-meter beams as possible, and you can fill in the non-4-meter beam gaps with whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter. And let's go over here, do the same thing. I should not have had coffee. Before this, I should have had a soothing cup of tea, because it's better for the voice. It's better for the singing voice. La 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 la. Okay. Alright, so that's what we got here. Now, we're just going to... stencil this in with rubber and see what we have to do with. Actually, hold on. Hold on. There's a better way of doing this. Whoops. You weren't supposed to see that yet. That comes later. I have a script for once. So, is this in the middle? Yes, it is. Sub-objects. And... I swear I'm not wasting anybody's time. This is necessary to see whether this round turret that I'm going to put in here... If I do this... No, let's do 3 meters. I want to see if this can fit in here. And through the magic of prefabs... see here, and let's see here. It's not going to look quite like that. If I hop over here, and if I do this, does this turn? Yes, it does. And it's not going to need to turn all the way around. Groovy, that does make life easier. So, I'm just going to, first things first, do that. And going to retrofit what I just did. This is where things get interesting. 3, 2... metal, color 0, beautiful. I'm going to get rid of what I just did. Whoopsie daisy. I'm going to get rid of what I just did here, get rid of all my good work. because we're instead going to just block in the top of this turret, and then I'm going to prefab this, and we'll just save that for later since we've already made it. Means I don't have to do it all over again. And save that like so. I am a genius, and now I'm going to do that. And I have a prefab. I know, right? Shock horror. Okay. Round turret template. How big is this? This is bigger than I thought it would be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ooh! It's actually quite big. Alright, let's just go with it. 13 by 13 turret. I remade literally all of my turret templates. And you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna be super clever. And we're going to actually do something like this. We're going to set this to... how many AIs do we have on this thing? Actually, we're going to... Never mind, we're not going to do that. You don't have to put redundant multiple weapon controls on every turret, but like if you're really serious about keeping your weapons online, it's a good idea. This thing has enough AIs, they're like separate ones controlling different weapon systems. I'm not particularly worried about that. They are, however, all lumped in the one big compartment, which is perhaps not the best idea, and we might have to change that at some point when we muck around with the internals. So, yeah, working that in mind. But the one thing I am going to do, made a video on this the other day, I'm going to rubber-proof that, and that just helps us remember to bear that in mind when we're doing APS Tetris. So let's just do, what color did I make that? I made it like that. And we're just going to block in all of this, like so. Gonna turn that off, and there we go, there we go. This turret is already much bigger, and I really hope it doesn't cause problems for buoyancy, because that would be bad. Also means we can make a much bigger gun in here. You'll notice that some of the bigger guns you see, they tend to be necklace turrets. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So here we have our thing, and in case you're wondering what I'm doing here, the very edge of the square hole, I put the last slope just outside of that, and then put 3 of them in a row, and from there you have something that should cover the hole quite nicely. It potentially is a bit of a weak point, but I tend to find that doesn't happen a lot. But yeah, that's how I do. Alright, let's just do, what do we want here? We want something like this. I'm gonna do something like this. Something like this too. I don't know what's gonna be in the middle there. Maybe it'll be multiple stuff. Maybe it will not be. Whoop, and whoops. And also whoop. And now we just block in this. Lovely, lovely. I could just hit the fill tool. In fact, I am going to do that. Delicious pancake turret. Can you believe how delicious this is going to be? I don't think you can. I don't think you can imagine the deliciousness of what's gonna happen. Okay, jolly good. We have got a turret. A lovely, lovely turret indeed. So, just gonna do that, and I'm also gonna do this so we remember how big this thing is. And that's our starting template. Okay, jolly good. That rotates like so. This is going to end up looking much more on brand for me. Just in terms of like canoe shape, circular looking turret caps, etc, etc. They work decently well. Are they the best turret cap? No, they usually just rely on bulk for stuff. So now that we've done that, we can go over here to our test fortress, which is convenient for testing, and let's see here. I want APS, and I do want 2 separate firing pieces, because that just feels like a smart idea. So let's just do that. And we're gonna need something like that. I don't always make it like... What I'm doing here is building the APS turret from, like, essentially the... making a shell and filling it in. Not always the best idea, but it can work. In this particular case, I have a turret well that I have to fit the thing into, so it's best I like to start building on the ship, and then I move it over to the actual different thing. Just going to block in the barrel channels, so to speak. I should make those heavy armor, actually. And there's going to be method in my madness. Just you wait and see. I'm going to see how much we can get away with not using heavy armor in this turret cap. Your mileage may vary, depends on what you're trying to go up against. Okay, I'll just seal that off completely. And do that. Why not? Why the hell not? Alright, so I'm going to save this little fortress as placeholder 2, because placeholder 1 is currently being occupied by a fun little wooden canoe, which I keep making for fun. Alright, so now we're in here, so now let us... Whoopsie daisy. Oh, hello. That's a double layer of metal on the turret cap here. Should go absolutely fine. Should go down a treat. And now we have right here... We've got a double turret, and that kind of means that me Tetris is going to be interesting. Alright, so let's do this. Let's do that. I don't usually use... I'm going to use 3-clip Tetris simply because it's so much easier to wrap my head around than 4-clip Tetris. Like, yeah, you get 5% better material efficiency if you use 4-clip Tetris, but it's not a problem. And also... This, what I'm doing here, might look insane, but really, this is just so I can see what I'm doing when I hide all the blocks. Because I'm fussy, and I do want to see exactly what I'm doing here. 2, 3, and thankfully, because of the armor refit tool, it's easy to change that. So, what we got here... So now we've built the shell of the turret first, but we can see exactly what we're dealing with here. What kind of shells do I want? I'm tempted to go AP frag, simply because I use that all the time and it works pretty damn well. It's just a nice general purpose shell. We could make this a railgun because we're going to have steam engines and stuff. We're going to experiment. We have about half an hour to get this puppy shooting good, so let's see how we do. Let's go... Where should we go? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Why am I looking in the prefabs? Alright, so immediately we've got a problem over here. We're going to have to be cute. We're going to actually start our Tetris a little further along. I usually do it from... You know what? I could do it from the front. I won't do it from the front. It's best to put stuff in between... just, you know, you put your loaders more towards the back, coolers and recoil absorbers more towards the front. Where are my ejectors? Here they are. Ejectors are wonderful things. So there, we're just going to... Right, so we just got to remember that right there. This is going to be very interesting design, not my usual. What fits in there? This is a... What is it? This is a 6-meter loader. That is actually quite convenient. That's a good... 6 meters is a good length of autoloader. It's like, it's in the sweet spot between the shorter ones and the ridiculously long ones. You can make a pretty damn good shell at 6 meters. In fact, it's probably better than... It's probably, if you want to be, like, practical and sensible, and who really wants to be practical and sensible, let's be honest. It's about the most practical and sensible thing. I should get rid of this, because it's actually not going to feature in the Tetris at all. Alright, so here we have our little template thingy, like so. We're going to do something different over there, no worries. We're going to have center line... 3-clip Tetris match up with an even number of firing pieces. That's not an annoying thing at all. Alright, so let's do that fits in there. That fits in there. Jolly good. Oh dear. We're gonna have troubles, aren't we? Ooh boy, this is perhaps the wrong kind of Tetris for this kind of turret. Although, actually no, that's okay. There's 4 in the middle there. That's good. Alright. Let's rethink this. So, hold on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There we go. We're winning. Are you winning, son? Yeah, Dad. Yeah, Dad. Alright, so what I like to do usually is just right at the end here, you put some recoil absorbers in these 2 meter gaps here. This is actually definitely something we can get away with putting stuff in. Putting stuff in? What am I talking about? Okay, I don't know what's going to be over there. Probably something. I don't know. We'll figure that out in a little bit. I'm still getting used to the idea of, like, completely sealing off my local weapon controllers with rubber, but trust me, it's a good idea. I have experimented. It does really throw a wrench in your Tetris, however. Because we're going to have probably not many loaders, but a crap ton of recoil absorbers and coolers, this is definitely going to be a kinetic shell of some kind. There we go. Progress sometimes looks silly. It is interesting how you can build a hull, like, in no time flat. Or at least I can, but because my hulls are, like, usually pretty simple. They're pointy at both ends. I literally build the front, prefab it, and then use it to build the back. Handy shortcut. But an APS turret, that, like, building one, especially if it's a big one, takes about as much time as building the entire hull for me. There we go. It's not like a cram cannon where you can just, you know, prefab one layer and then you make delicious layer, or 1 or 2 layers, depending on whether it's 3D or 2D Tetris. And whether I do 3D or 2D Tetris these days is completely dependent on my mood and how lazy I am feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No worries, I know what to do here. There we go. Jolly good. Jolly good. What's in here, do you think? Surge protectors, lots of. Just gonna do that. That might not be the best idea, but convenient. Alrighty, now what? Now we need to do something slightly different. I know what we need to do. I know what we need to do to keep this even, Steven. Where's me gauge cooler? There it is. There it is. I should turn this on so people can see what I'm doing. I just used these and I don't remember what it is. Okay, there we go. 4 meters. There we go, there we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. And let's do that. Perfect. Okay, this is actually kind of easier than the thing I did before. There we go. Okay, turn that off because now that's too bright. Okay, we got some redundancy in there. Refundancy, as I like to call it. And what's that? Can't put anything to there. Just gonna put something there, something there, something there. What is this? This is 8 meter. Whoopsie daisy. The game can't handle how fast I'm building things. Oh, goodness, it's been 20 minutes. 20! That is 19 more than just 1. Alright, let's have a squiz here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoopsie daisy. Nope. Okay, so there we have our 2. And we have our 3. Is everything nice and well behaved? Okay, good. And now, because it's slightly shuffled along, we're going to have probably not an even amount of recoil absorption, but you know what? That's fine. We'll work with that. If we really have a ridiculous amount of recoil absorption, we can always do things differently. There we go, there we go. Okay, that's looking very nice and tidy. Toity, toity, toity. Okay, let's go here and let's max gunpowder, and we're just going to make a very general purpose shell. And we're going to go, what is it? Emergency ejection defuse, timed fuse. Not the most damage efficient shell in the world. Let's see there. What length do we want here? I think this might actually be... What are we looking at? 335. Interesting. We need 6 meter loader for that. This might actually be the same thing, kind of shell I have on the Druckenslan. And the same gauge. Who would have thought? And fragment cone angle is 180 degrees. This doesn't look like much, but just, it's a nice, fast shell. It goes zoom zoom and hits things. And what was the gauge we wanted? We wanted 335. And we're going to put that right at the back of the turret. And so, we're just going to do something like this. 335. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And what do we got here? I'm just going to preemptively, ahead of time for once in my life, set this up. So, da-da-da. 35, and a sign there. And a sign here as well. What do we got? We got, that's actually fine. That's actually fine and dandy. Doesn't fire incredibly quickly, but, oh, it just occurred to me. It just occurred to me that I can do something cute here. We do need, where's it? Laser targeters for this. So, just set that like so, just a little bit, so the thing doesn't explode exactly on the target. And what else, what else? I was about to say we're finished with the turret. We're not. Absolutely. Oh, excuse me. It is summer down here. Oh, by the way, so we're basically done with that. This thing is all the commands. This isn't 100% perfect APS setup, but honestly, doesn't matter. It means it can lose a few coolers and still fire at a max speed. We could replace some of them with railgun charges if we really wanted to. What are we going to do? We're going to do rubber, and we're going to do 3, and we're going to swap that to metal color 0. See? So now my little visual aid is gone. Speaking of rubber, I am committed these days to try and wrap everything in rubber. So since I like hiding my my detection inside inside the turret cap anyway, I figure I might as well just kind of wrap it in rubber. So just because that'll be a good idea, helps it stay alive, and means I can hide a whole bunch of trackers in here. So first things first, what's this? Backspace. Means the underside of the turret is like got a bit of a problem, but you know what? It's not my problem. Well, it is, kind of. In fact, it is my problem and only my problem. It does mean these can't look down, but that's okay. Do that, do that, do that. Alrighty, so that is nice and rubber wrapped on the underside. What is this? There we go. And I'm gonna have some of this, some of this. Not that. We have to leave actually a little gap right in front of these guys, so that they don't get zapped. And air gaps are fun. Air gaps are very fun. There. Oh, that's a weak point right on the side of the turret. We will have to live with it. We will have to live with it. Very much so. Okay, decorations. And I'm not going to put the portholes up touching those components. I'm just going to do that. So we've got little air gaps in here. And what else can we do? We need to stick stuff on top of this, like so. Where's that 3-meter beam? Thank you, very please. And whoop! Alright, so we've got nice rubber wrap detection in there. And we've got an air gap, which cannot jump through EMP. I do not believe EMP can travel diagonally. I might be wrong. Please let me know if I'm wrong, and I'll have to change this. And now we can get busy doing something like this. So our turret has stuff hidden way in the back, which apparently this is a real-life thing. Like, real-life battleships also tended to hide their bearing rangefinders, like, quite deep inside the turret. Which makes a lot of sense, because you don't want that shot off. It means you're blind and can't shoot back. And that's bad. And let's do this. What do we have here? I'm also going to try and think ahead for once in my life. And we're going to do something like this. And we're going to do that. And this is not going to be wrapped in rubber because, frankly, like, that's too hard. We're going to have missile interceptors, because I tend to stick this on me turrets anyway, and I keep building the turret, forgetting to put them in ahead of time, and then just making a damn fool of myself. Just do that. That. And what else can we do here? What would be smarter is if we do something like this. There we go. And this, and then we have medium missiles, rail launchers. So here's how you can get missiles back to back, so to speak, without interfering with each other. And now I'm going to find me handy prefab. Prefabs are so helpful. Can you imagine how much more time this friggin' game would take if you had to do literally everything over and over again? I would have quit to play Minecraft long ago if that was the case. Alright, so here we got this, so now we're gonna make the, what are we gonna turning thruster, APN, and we're gonna crank that up to so, and ramp time, activation delay is 0, and guidance activation delay is also 0. And we're just going to save the missile right there, head over here, do the same thing over here, and copy the matching launch pads, da-da-da. Okay, jolly good, jolly good. How are we doing for time? We doing good? Are you winning, son? Alright, I need to stop doing that. Alright, so now I get to fill this in with glass. Glass is terrible armor, by the way. I literally just use it here because it looks cool. And what else? So we got that, and for the trackers at least. Yeah, that works. Works like so. Trackers go here. And hello, what's this? Aha! Hello, you're not supposed to be there. Glad up. You know what's a very good idea? Mirror mode. Did that work? There we go. There we go. Oof, that would have been embarrassing. Okay, and over here as well. Lots of these blocks. You'd think that a whole bunch of single blocks would be a bad way to armor it, and you are correct. But the fact that cameras and stuff can see straight through this makes it totally worth it. It also means that the actual front of the turret has a whole cluster of blocks, which means they aim, things aim slightly off-center. Have not exactly collected data on that, like a nerd would, but still, I think it helps. I'm a smart boy. I'm not. I highly doubt I'm smart. The reason I'm doing this, by the way, is so that the trackers, so you see over here, we've got a laser rangefinder tracker and a visual camera tracker. They actually need to, how do you explain this? They do need to aim up a little bit sometimes, so that's why we have this. It can aim up at like 45 degrees at the very least. It could aim at 90 degrees if I just replace that rubber block with something else, like maybe an air gap or something. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We're going to try and be smart. Also, I like to do a certain thing. I like to use wedges for no other reason than it looks cool. You gotta do things in front of the depths that looks cool. You do the things which make your brain happy. And I just did that wrong. Okay, there we go. And there. And we got all of this. You'd think putting a whole bunch of glass on the front of your turret would make it a bit vulnerable. You would be correct. There we go. And also, there we go. There we go. And lovely, lovely. Let's just finish off the front. I like having this kind of, what do you call it? This kind of sloping to a point, and almost like having barrel guards in front of it. I think it looks super cool. The fact that it's black glass as well makes the whole turret look like it's wearing cool sunglasses as well. Which is an aesthetic choice. I'm making aesthetic choices. And it's weird, you like... With stuff like this, it's very much... the whole craft ends up feeling better when it looks the way you want it to. A delicious wedge right there. Really good. And one thing I like to do as well is... Actually, no. I'm going to preemptively put some decoration on here. Like so. And options. Hide original mesh. And apply with mirror. And that just makes it look a little bit more interesting. And we should probably chuck some barrels in here. Are you set to blah blah blah? Yes, you are. I'm gonna color these barrels black because you gotta, and we're gonna make these heavy barrels. Like so. Heavy barrel ends like so. Look at that. Space age. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Not space age enough. Let's do this, and also this, and also this, and also this, and whoopsie daisy, wrong color. There we go, look at that. Classy! And let's finish up the rest of it. Alright, let's put a line right down the middle so we can do stuff. Alright, so we've got room for fun and activities back here, by the way. We can do that, and we can do that, and we can do that as well. What's over here? That. There we go, and that, and also that. I don't know what'll go here. I'm just gonna stick a bunch of surge protectors in here, because you know what? EMP's a pain in the ass. Whoops! Didn't mean to click on the tutorial. And because these things are touching conductive blocks, and the detection is not, hopefully it means that the detection will not be messed with. That is assuming that EMP cannot jump diagonal blocks, because for all I know, it can. And that's annoying. That makes me sad in my brain. Alright, let's try this. Let's see what's the worst that can happen. Right, I need to be wary of how fill lines work. They don't always work the way you want them to. Let's do that for the front. Is there anything here? Nope. The air gaps might make this thing vulnerable to hash, but that is a price I'm willing to pay. Because hash needs to hit in the right spot, EMP does not. It can hit 100 miles away, and if it's a big enough surge, it will cook your brain. Your delicious brains will be cooked. Go. Pancakes are delicious. I have not had pancakes in a long time. Can't be bothered to make them myself. And the ones you get in the cafes in my neighborhood are really, really overpriced. Actually, I think the most overpriced thing I ever bought at a cafe was like mushrooms on toast. And it was like one piece of toast and like with 5 mushrooms on it. And it was like 20 bucks, New Zealand dollars. And yeah, shock horror. On the one hand, the economy of the entire friggin' world isn't doing that well, but on the other hand, 20 bucks for toast with mushrooms on it. How dare? How dare? Checking. Okay, yeah. Guarantee you I've made a mistake somewhere. A missed steak. That's when you are looking for delicious, like, tenderloin roasts and stuff, and yeah, miss one. I'm immediately falling back into old block habits. Also, right there, let's hold on. This is a thing I do with AI mantlets, is I just put a heavy armor beam right above them. And since I've done that, I might as well. I might friggin' well... Whoa, hold on. Whoops, not that one. Different one. So we want to go along here. We want to do that. Might as well do this. That way it'll be a little bit more nice and snug. And let's do this. Why not? And above the barrel as well. Why not? Excuse you? So here's the AI mantlet. So directly above the AI mantlet, I will plonk heavy armor beam, and directly behind the AI mantlet, I will also plant a heavy armor beam, and really I should have a surge protector touching those, because that would be smart. Okay, what else can we do here? Probably here as well, underneath the thingy. There we go. We are making progress. Little hard point there. And let's do that, and also this, and also this. I don't remember how much room I have over there. I think I have enough room for a cunning design. Okay, so I just gotta remember where my things are. Thankfully, that's easy. Alright, so there's a trick. There is a cunning trick for fooling hash, which I actually need now that I've done a weird thing. And that is you stagger slopes like this on whatever surface you're dealing with. And that is how you kind of, like, cause hash to, like, send its fragments off in the wrong direction. Because it triggers when it, like, hits an air gap. So if you're cunning, and you make that air gap happen, like, much earlier, you can protect yourself a little bit better. There we go. It also gives a really... This is the Drachenslung turret, just again. This is becoming very fast my standard turret. That is a lot of glass on the side there as well. Wear safety goggles when this thing gets shot at. Just in general, but also because, like, you know, broken glass and all that. Not good for your eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Poop. Okay. Poop. Dang. And there. Wait a minute. Okay. Porthole. Okay, we can get away with not doing that. And what do we want here? Do we want that? No, we do not. We want... Do we want this now? Yes, we do. Beautiful, mate. And that will do. Let's see here. Alright, so now let us save this. And of course, when you... Hang on. When you make something like this, it helps to test fire it. You hop here. Thank you very please. There we go. Did not set this to weapon group. Did I set this to weapon group 1? I think I did. Well, it doesn't matter now because it's going to be. That is an AP shell with a whole bunch of fuses and stuff. Alrighty. How expensive is this fire it. It's... Really? Oh, hold on. Looking at the wrong thing. Placeholder. Yeah, wow, it's almost 80,000 materials. APS costs excuse me. APS costs money. Who would have thought? Oh my goodness, this is 40 minutes long. Let's test it against... what's something fun to test against? Can you deal with an Alcazar? Oh, hold on. Do I want to do the thing? Hold on, let's just double check my targeting settings here. Do you please? Clusters of blocks, and you have super cab, so it's all good. Let's see if this can get through the lambs of an Alcazar. So let's see here. Alcazar is bare minimum. It's not a huge disaster if it can't. Oh wow, yeah, it can. Deacon's hell. Yeah, doing great. What are you aiming at? Oh, that's what you're aiming for. Now, let's see. Alright, now you're doing better. Aiming for a different spot. Okay, good. Maybe I should... Yes, I should... Note to self... Ah, damn it. No, wait. I can't get this thing to aim below the waterline. Because it's going to be sharing an AI with the cram cannon. Hello? Okay, right. Also, I forgot to... Max fire rate is 24.5. 0.5. Because we don't want this thing to fire in bursts. We want it to fire continuously. There we go. And why am I even saving that? Okay, yeah, wow. Alright, so we're putting a dent in an Alcazar. That's very nice. And just for giggles, we're going to have this thing shoot at a flying squirrel just to see what happens. I don't think it's gonna manage, but you never know. It's got time fuse frag. Yeah, nope. Oh, wait. Yay! And missile interceptors are doing stuff. That's nice. Oh, wow. It actually hit it. Oh, my goodness. I think it did it again. And again. And again. Huh. Looks like our main guns can actually tickle the flying squirrel a little bit. Oh, they can do more than that. You see why I love this shell? It's, very versatile. Like, it beats out me old generalizer shell, like, quite well. It works at literally any gauge. And, yeah, like, main turret that can, like, shoot down flying squirrels. Like, not very efficiently, mind you. Okay, that's good. I like what we've done here. I like what we've done with the place. Let's just do this. And save as placeholder, of course. And you... go away, and we'll see if our anti-hash hat makes this thing too bloody tall. Please ignore the smoke. Okay, let's go here. Let's have a look-see. Nope, it's perfect, actually. Just checking that it fits. Yes, it does. And it even has turret restrictions already enabled. Oh, yeah. Okay, it is alright. There's something immediately we have to fix, is that it's covering those missile silos, so we're going to have to adjust that. I think what we'll do is we'll flip those upside down and make those the torpedoes instead of the back. It's just, you know, we'll bear that in mind for next time. This has already gone on long enough. So, let's see here. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. Let's go here. I'm here, yes. Oh, hold on. We need to... Hold on. Let's see here... Yeah, that's a pretty decent radius. Probably need to make the restrictions a little bit more strict. Let's go here. Main AP shell is this. Armor-piercing head. Frag. And time fuse, thank you. Okay, perfect. And let's go here. 335. Time fuse is that, fragment cone angle is that. Let's just double check everything. Refill APS shells, and And let's see. Let's go here and fire off into the distance. And perfect! Excellent! We have rebuilt the main APS on this thing to be more in line with what I kind of know works. Yeah, I can't believe I did such a bad job of it like the first time I did it. Okay, so we've got a main gun that can tickle flying squirrels, and that's very, very good. We're going to adjust our missile systems, of course, but that's how retrofitting goes. That's why it's harder than building things from scratch. So yeah, awesome. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon, or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Thank you to all my current supporters, and I will see you next time in retrofitting a complete ship. Sorry this one took a long time, it's advanced cannons. Like, you know what, it's complicated. Farewell!